Yeah, they're doing it for X or Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, for the popularity and the fame. And you could, I believe if you pay attention enough, you could see it.
You could see it.
Because they're usually the person calling everybody out, but those fights never happen.
And then also the thing is, what I've figured out, because I've made the fights happen myself, bro, if they want to make the fights happen, it makes sense for both networks. They'll make it happen. Right. If you keep pushing your network, like, no, this is a fight I want, this is a fight I want, they'll make it happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's just the only reason why fights are happening is because that particular fighter doesn't want it to happen.
Number one excuse I see is legacy. Nah, you know, I'm going for legacy, but you still got to get that fight in. Yeah. Like, you got to go through A to get to B.
Yeah.
You know?
I always say, why don't you just beat all the best guys in the weight division?
Yeah.
Ideally. And just do that.
The fear of the one, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's the fear of that loss. A lot of people are extremely afraid to lose.
Yeah.
I think that's, like, we see you calling out the biggest fighters and taking on whatever fight is there. A lot of those fighters is like, they'll think about it real quick. They're like, shit, I might lose this one. Then all the sponsors go away. You know, that's how they're afraid of losing that money in that popularity.
I think what it is, too, is a lot of these fighters, you would think they know how to train, but none of them know how to train in the championship level. For me, I train 14, 15 weeks. I don't have sex for 3 months.
Locked in,
bro. I take this shit serious. I run each camp. I run like 300 miles. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's why when you guys see me, that I get stronger in the second half of a fight. I don't stop throwing punches. It's because I'm ready at every side: defense, offense, legs, stamina. I'm ready on all that.
You can't fake that, man.
That's why the people. I mean, if I suggest stuff to fighters, if they're scared because they feel like they're not gonna have enough energy. They're not gonna be ready for that fight. Okay, so if you do a 6-week camp, do a 12-week camp. Double that shit. Triple it. Then there's no secret to hard work. If you want more stamina, work more. You know what I mean?
Go harder.
Go hard.
Strength and conditioning, something.
So that's why I like to start. I always like to start slow, my camps, with a lot of time. Because then let's say if you do go hard and you're training extremely hard for 5 weeks, just pushing to limit every single day, your body's gonna get tired. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you have to do it for a long enough time where you could, if you're tired, you give your body 1 or 2 days of break, then go hard again. Yeah. But it's easy to say, like, oh, I'm not gonna have sex for 3 months. I'm gonna run I'm gonna run 7 miles every time I run. It's easy to say that, but to do it is something completely different.
You got a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an 8-month-old?
Yeah, and then
so when you are having sex, you're making it count.
Don't get it twisted, my boy.
He's going there.
But how does that help with the training? The not having sex?
Because, bro, you think about it. Every time you have sex and you bust or whatever, you feel in your legs. They get a little bit weak. You see how they feel like a little woozy. Imagine you do that 2 or 3 times a week. You know what I mean? Your legs, it's because I can't really explain it. Have you ever had, like, sex and then the next day you go and run?
Yeah.
Your legs feel weak.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine, bro, that shit gets you tired.
You just don't have as much testosterone. That's the theory. So you don't have as much oomph. You don't got as much gusto. You don't want to push past. You feel more lethargic. You get tired quicker. Your cardio isn't where it's at. Where normally you'd be able to pull through. You're like, that seat in the corner looks real good, man. How much we got left, coach? How many rounds? You start finding ways out.
I don't know how to explain it, bro, but it gets you tired. It takes stamina away from you.
Go ahead, try it.
He ain't going to the gym.
I'm not going for
go knock one out before you get a little sparring round. You'll be like, never again, bro. 3 months, bet.
No, that shit, it's bro, that's a big part. I mean, I think just people, for me, I don't play around about this. I know this is, for me, I look at it as life or death. Because it's true, bro. If, let's say you worked your whole way up, you became champion, you're making $3 million. As soon as you lose, they'll cut that shit in half. They say, you want it, take it or not.
Next day.
And if you make them mad, all right, you know what, you're wasting our time, we'll give you $1 million. So it's just like a fight between the promoters. So like I'm saying, it's life and death. You're fucking basically slashing my money in half if I lose. You know what I mean? And that's not cool either. So I'm not trying to get paid less. I'm not trying to lose. So I'm coming in 110% ready all the time.
Discipline.
Your build up to your fight with Caleb Plant was intense. After the fight, you apologized to him. Why did you feel the need to do so?
I didn't apologize to him. I told him, we could be cool. It's over. And I think with me, boxing, that's what makes boxing so beautiful about it. And I wasn't planning on, I was going to say, fuck you after the fight. But because we shared something so special in the ring, that was both of our biggest, he fought Canelo before that, but that was his second biggest fight ever in his career. So a lot of people there, and
it's war, man.
We went to war. We both survived, and we're there to shake each other's hand after. So, even the same thing with David Morrell. I did the same thing with him. I just feel like a lot of those people, they earn a lot of respect from me, and I give them a lot of respect. So it doesn't have to go further. That's the thing about me. Like when it's over for me, it's over. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna hold no grudges unless they say something to me. Then it's a different story. But
what if you lost that fight?
I don't think about losing, so I don't think about that.
I knew it.
Good answer.
Every great boxer, they really say that all the time. Yeah, I don't know about that. Give me that losing
I
shit.
can't even put myself in that mindset.
Yeah, you have to.
But
honestly, another cool thing too is that the psychology about boxing too. There's a lot of things that I've done in my life that's helped me. I've done something that's helped me throw my combinations better when I'm running, and I suggest all the fighters do this too. I'm running, right? I'll run like 40 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes, I'll envision myself throwing a combination, whatever combination it is. If it's just 1, 2, 3, I'll envision myself in my head throwing that combination over and over and over again. And I do it to that one. I do a whole bunch of combinations. But the point I'm trying to get at is if you do it in your head, over and over and over again, when it comes to throw it from the body, it will come out that much more cleaner and much more effective because you already seen how to throw it in your head.
You got to think.
And also, it's not only just for throwing a combination. When sometimes before my fights, like the day before the fight, I'll sit there and think. I'm trying to think of what the guy's going to throw at me. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to counter with. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to move. I'm doing all this mentally. Visualization from round 1 to round 12. And it's helped me a lot, bro. It's really helped me a lot. I feel like my decisions are quicker.
Those mental reps, man.
They come up, and the fight comes out better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This last fight, it was probably one of my best fights in a while because I had seen that I was doing that over, and I was throwing in my head. I was throwing jab up, jab body. As soon as I throw the jab to the body, right hand, and that's what kept opening the doors for me for that fight. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's something really powerful that that we all have access to, that we could all do. And it's a great technique. It's visualization. Visualization is everything.
You meditate?
I meditate. Yeah, I started meditating a lot too. Another thing I try to do when I'm meditating is I'll meditate for each fight, and I'll think in my head, like I'll look at the fighter, I'll remember his highlights or whatever. So I'm just trying to put together plans in my head to beat him. Patterns of what could I throw to be more effective to hit him, this and that. But the meditation, bro, it's like, it's such a gift that it could slow everything down. And it's not only even in boxing. If you have problems in your life or so you're trying to figure something out, you go to the quiet place and the best answers appear. Mm-hmm. Obviously not right away, but the longer you sit, the more clear things start to get.
Kind of sort through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things I always wonder, because I trained jiu-jitsu, but I never actually picked up like an MMA fight or like boxing fight. Mm-hmm. And I always wonder, like, where does fear strike you the most? Is it in the ring, or is it before you even get to it? Because for some people, it's like, I was nervous, but once I jump in them ropes, it's game time. What's there to be nervous about? And other people say, man, I'm not going to lie. It happens for a flash. Once it starts, it goes, it's different for everybody.
It's funny because, everybody's more scared of before the fight because you think, what if I get caught? Yeah. What if I this?
What if I trip on my walkout? What if my fit ain't right?
It's a whole bunch of what ifs. But what's crazy about that is that's like your own brain tries to psych you out. You know what I mean? So that's why you need to do the meditation to think in your head and think, it's all right. Whatever comes my way, I'm gonna react or whatever. But yeah, bro, that's the meditation. Also, I've gone into prayer a lot. I pray to Jesus Christ, Mother Mary,
Amen.
Saint Michael the Archangel, and I've learned these prayers. The Saint Michael the Archangel, the Mother Mary, Psalm 91. So I do like a routine for myself. I see these every day, and I just feel like the blessing is like it blesses your path.
Yeah.
So like if anything was trying to come into your path bad, these are like obviously the angel, Jesus Christ, and they're protecting your path, whatever it may be. So that's helped me a lot, bro. Like honestly,
here's what they don't tell you: prayer is meditation.
Yeah.
Meditation is prayer. It's all about the intent. What am I focusing on? What am I seeing? What am I visualizing? What am I asking for from the universe, God, really?
Yeah.
What is that? What does that look like? And for everybody, it's different. We could all close our eyes right now, and it would all be fucking different, So prayer is meditation.
And man. I think the thing that everybody needs to realize is that when you're protected by the divine, bro, they do blessings for you, bro. But you just got to know that they're there for you. And also, you got to live the right way. You got to be nice to people, treat people how you would want to be treated. And, yeah, bro, I feel like that's really helped me a lot in my life. It's opened a lot of doors for me,
Who helped bring that to you? Or is it something
just something that, like I said, when I was younger and I was doing bad stuff and I was just living the wrong life, I needed something at the time, I didn't really know how to stop doing what I was doing. It would just bring me a lot of pain. When you drink a lot, you wake up the next day feeling like shit. But then you go out, you're like, damn, man, I need a drink. It was like, fuck. So then I was, I needed to find something that I wasn't used to. You know what I mean? I've never been from a family that's religious or prays a lot. So I found this by myself, and it's made me feel really good, and it's helped me on the inside. It felt like it's helped me make better decisions, and I just feel protected. You know what I mean? So it's just it's something beautiful, man. It's just I feel like it's something that's there for everybody, and if you're looking to be protected, you're looking for the divine's protection, they'll be there for you.
And I've also heard you credit your wife, for keeping you dangerous and keeping you focused.
Yeah, for everything. My wife is my everything. I love her so much, and she makes it very easy for me and my kids. She takes care of everything in the household. Us men, it's hard for us to, know like the taxes, the accountants and all that stuff. So she helps me with everything, bro. And my businesses. So she just really puts me in a position where I just have to box, and she takes care of everything else. So
got you a co-pilot.
I'm very happy, man. I'm very happy. I'm very blessed.
Good.
How important was it for your life to find that piece to the puzzle?
It was very important. It was very important because I found her at the perfect time, and I don't think if I wouldn't have found her, I probably just would have been going crazy. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it's over drinking and shit like that, bro. Like when you don't find somebody to really
hold you down,
you could fall into a dark spot, and And I know my wife was the light that I needed, and I'm just very happy. I'm very happy with my kids now. My kids, I already had a lot of motivation back then, but now just seeing my kids, and you know how very well that is when you see your kids, it gives you that extra push. It gives you that extra motivation.
Shoot, it's bigger than you.
Yeah, and a lot of times people don't have the right pieces in place, and they don't realize how much it's impacting them in a negative way throughout their career.
Yeah.
Who else, obviously your father, who else would you credit to the man that you've become today and the fighter that you are?
I credit my brother a lot because I wanted to be like him when I was a little kid. My brother was so there's a sweet side of David, and then my brother was the street dude that, just likes to fight everybody, just likes to punk everybody, this and that. So
bigger brother, older brother? Bigger
brother, okay. Yeah. So he was too tough for his own good. So he's one of them guys. But he taught me to, never let nobody punk me, never let anybody take advantage of me. He taught me to be tough. Because when you're a little kid, either you're already tough or you're not tough. Me as a little kid, I wasn't tough at all. But My brother would make me fucking fight people, you know, and then their brothers would get mad and he'd fight their brothers.
Get your brother.
So it was just funny stuff like that, you know. But also it was just character building for me, you know what I mean. But then my brother also, he was one of the best. He was ex-world champion too. He was he was one of the best amateur fighters out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's 15-time national champion.
Damn.
So he had a lot of stuff going on for him, and you know, just seeing him up close and personal, you know, I got a lot of my opportunities because of him. Because when he went to Wild Card, I was 12, 13 years old, and that's when I started being in the gyms with Manny Pacquiao, Lateef Coyote, Peter Quillen. These are all champions at the time. So I got to experience being there, training with these guys, and ultimately elevating to the next level.
Just be in the room.
Just being in the room and just being there with my brother, because my brother was really good. He's still good.
Word.
But just, you know, just being that. And then just also wanting to make my dad happy and, you know, make my family proud. And yeah, man, I had a lot of support when I was younger coming up. And my dad and my brother, you know, they were the people that motivated me the most.
I know you mentioned you would never fight Crawford. But do you ever kind of want to punish him for that same reason?
Yeah, I do. So the only reason I would fight him is because I want to get back for my brother. So that would be the only reason. But to 168, I can't. But yeah, if there was a reason why I fight Crawford, it's because of that.
Hell yeah, that's how I feel. Like I got an older brother. I always feel like I'm naturally like I know he's always looked out for me coming up. So I'm like naturally anybody that says anything. That could possibly piss my brother off. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm just automatically we might fight. You know? We're mortal enemies.